An accomplished crime journalist in Mumbai media, she was arrested and slapped with stringent MCOCA for allegedly having conspired the killing of a fellow journalist. 8 years down the line, she's been acquitted by the trial court and now by the Bombay High Court. Jigna Voras breaks the silence here on Times Now. Jigna, thank you so much for agreeing to speak to us.
Thank you.
So you were arrested 25th November 2011. 8 years. By the trial court on 2nd May last year, 2018, you were acquitted. 27th of August this year by the Bombay High Court that refused to even admit the plea against you. 8-year-long ordeal, Jigna, what's going through your mind?
Well, this 8 years, the purpose was for the 8 years to prove my innocence. And yeah, people say that it is long, it is too long. In this 8 years, too many things happened. I lost my parents, I lost my grandparents, and still we hold on as a family, I and my son, to prove my innocence. That's it.
You've written a book, Behind Bars in Baikala, My Days in Prison. What message are you wanting to send to the people through this book?
When I first day was taken after given judicial custody by court, when I was taken to Baikala jail, I had no idea what it is going to be like. As a reporter, I had written many stories about female criminals being sent to, Baikala jail, and their day is going to be this, and that day is going to be that. They had a breakfast, she had this, and now I was maybe going through the same emotions of what they must have gone. And that life, I had never even dreamt in my life that I would have to go to that place. And that too, without doing anything. So, my stay in jail for 9 months, I learned many lessons from inmates over there, and it made me more wiser. I learned to cut down my expenses. I learned to survive in 1500 rupees, which we used to get as a money order from home.
Okay.
And yeah, it was tough. It was very tough because jail is a jail. And I wanted, by this book, I would like to tell people that we need rehabilitation plan, a must. I feel jail is not a rehabilitation center, it's a recruitment center. Too many activities are happening there within the 4 walls. So let's hope so the message goes to people. The person coming out of the jail needs to be rehabilitated.
Okay.
That should not be the end of their life, that stigma going to the jail. I think it's very bad.
Jigna, when you were arrested, 2011, I remember your son Nishal. He was about 11 years old?
Yeah.
And he was in a boarding school then?
Yes. If I'm not wrong, we both had gone to drop him.
Yes. I remember we'd gone to drop Nishal to the boarding school. You being a single mother, how did you explain to him what was going on then and that you are not going to be around for him?
I think I was taken in jail in around the 10th of December. So after some 15 days, he was in Mumbai for Christmas vacation. So he came to meet me in jail. So that moment was bad for both of us, not bad emotionally. I was like, for that, when I got a message that he will be coming to meet me in a mulaqat, where mulaqat, once in a week, your family member can come and meet you. So it was like, now how I'm going to face him? What he's going to tell me? That, Mama, where are you? You had cop friends. Why did they do this to you? He knew all the cops. As you said, being a single woman, I used to take him to crime branch while I used to go for reporting. So he knew many of them. So this thought kept on coming in my mind. When finally he came to meet me, like it was he who started telling me, don't worry, Mama, I know you have not done anything and you will be out soon. Don't worry. So that time, from that day, yes, I stopped crying. That now who I am answerable to? No, I'm not answerable to anyone other than my son. And if he feels I'm innocent, that's fine. That's end of everything. That's what it was. Then he never came. Then he went back to hostel. So then I gave instruction that he should be never brought here.
Jigna, you were traveling to Sikkim at the time JD was killed in
Yes.
Pawai. You had taken leave and you were on leave a day prior from the day of the incident. A day before that, you
Yes.
proceeded on leave. While you had informed your seniors about this, this particular absence from Mumbai was used against you by
Yes.
the investigators.
Yes.
What do you have to say about how they used this or perhaps turned this into a possible evidence against you?
One of the allegations against me by prosecution was that I went without taking leave. I just went because I was knowing that yes, 2-3 days after this incident is going to happen. But well, during the course of investigation, we did give my tickets, air tickets, which were booked 2 months prior. And I went with the family of 7. We were 7 of us who went. And it was a planned vacation. So we argued, my lawyers argued in court, that if I knew what was going to happen, and it happened, the incident happened, why would I come back to Mumbai? No cops came to take me to Sikkim. I came back on my own. The day I was supposed to come, I came back.
You were arrested 5 months after the murder.
Yes.
How do you see the narrative that was built up in the media back then? Because there were several reports in many main top dailies in the city that talked about your alleged involvement in the conspiracy. How do you see that narrative built up against you in the Mumbai media in those 5 months?
Every day I used to hear new stories. Every day. And I was surprised, this is my own fraternity doing this with me, who knew me very well, which I felt they knew me very well. One morning, I come to know, people are writing, I like momos to eat. Is this a story? I myself have done reporting. But I don't know whether this makes a story. Or maybe they didn't had anything concrete. So they were cooking up on their own. How
There were
will I
stories
feel?
about you going to a spa, splurging
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So if I'm earning well, legally earning, then I don't have a right to pamper myself. And the reporter who is coming along with me to that spa, she's much, much junior than me. So she's also going, no, in spa. Then why I am targeted? For what? That was very strange. Further, then I come to know that people say my seniors, whom I worked under as in a city team, they are saying I'm ambitious. Who is not ambitious? Everybody is ambitious. First, it is editors and city editors who force us to bring page 1 stories. So who is more ambitious? Me or that editor who wants page 1 breaking stories? And if we bring page 1 stories, then the allegations are, I'm ambitious. It's very surprising.
How was that connected to the murder?
That was in a way used against me.
Character assassination is what you'd say?
That she went all out. She can go to any extent.
Okay.
Character assassination was at peak. Fellow female editors started saying that she sleeps around and she gets stories. How can you be judgmental? You can never be judgmental. So, if I sorry to say, if she has reached that level of being an editor, has she reached by that way only? Can I interpret that way? So, if women cannot stand by each other, what do you expect from male? And that is from our fraternity. who once I was considered to be the top reporter of that city team. And today the same editor says this against me.
The allegation that is there against you, Jigna, the allegation that the Mumbai police made against you is that you shared pictures of J-Day, you shared his bike number, you shared his office location and also his office timings with Chota Rajan. Did you, in any of the calls that you made to Chota Rajan, did you share any of these details with him?
Well, the court has clearly said this in the judgment, that I have not done anything, whatever has been alleged. So there is no question of me sending all these things.
Since we are sitting here in front of each other, that's why I'm asking you this question.
No,
Not at all.
there is no
At
reason
no
for me.
stage.
There is no reason for me to do this.
The agency also said in its charge sheet, Jigna, first the Mumbai police and later on, of course, repeated by the CBI, that you did all of this, the allegations that are there against you, out of professional rivalry, that you were jealous of J-Day, and that is why you conspired to kill him. How do you respond to that?
Well, court has not even considered this allegation. I never knew J-Day. I would like to say this.
How well did you know J-Day?
No, I didn't knew him at all.
You did not know him?
No. I'm not saying this because he's not there to give his stand now. But I don't know him. That is a fact. I never spoke with him. That is another fact. And about rivalry, well, that court has said that, so I don't need to say anything on
So
that.
you didn't even have a hello-hi equation?
No, not at
with
all.
J-Day? None at all?
Mm.
You did, of course, you must have known him as a person from the field, but there was
Yes.
no personal equation that you had with him?
No, that's what. Megha, you know me very well. I think since 2007 to 2011, and that's pretty long time. So did you ever hear from me about J-Day?
I don't remember.
So the answer is that.
Question that I'm asking you, and for the record, Jigna, you didn't know him?
No, I didn't know him at all.
Okay.
And there is no question of rivalry. He was too senior to me.
Okay.
There were allegations in media, in newspaper. I'm not talking about cops. No, they never. But in media, they wrote a story that he was my mentor. Sorry, my mentor is Mr. Hussain Zaidi. J-Day was never my mentor. I've never worked under him. So where is the question of he being my mentor?
Keeping the background of the allegation that the CBI and the Mumbai police leveled against you, that you instigated Chota Rajan as per the charge sheet, this is what the claim is, that you instigated Chota Rajan out of jealousy, you instigated him against J-Day, and that is why Chota Rajan agreed to kill him. And so I'm asking you, how well do you know Chota Rajan?
I don't want to say on this anything because I'm sorry, I'm repeating again and again, but judgment is very clear, and even High Court has said it very clear that nowhere it has come on record or off record, to be precise, that Jigna Voras was the one who instigated Chota Rajan to bump off J-Day. I think High Court order is very clear on that.
So what were you speaking to him about, Jigna? The phone calls the two phone calls, I guess,
Yes,
were
there
made.
were only 2, there were not 33.
as claimed by the police?
No, police never claimed 33. Media said in their report
Okay.
that there were 33 calls between me and Chota Rajan.
How many were there?
Police has never said this.
Okay. And what was that conversation about?
It was regarding Pakmodia street firing. On the backdrop of Pakmodia street firing, he had claimed that he has done that, and I was doing interview of that in front of whole office.
And that story came out?
Yes,
That story was published?
yes. There were reporters who spoke with Chota Rajan, and they have not done the story, which has come on record of court. What about that?
Describe to us, Jigna, the ordeal that you went through in all those months that you were behind the bars in Baikala, because that part of your life, you have written extensively about it. Significant part of the book is about those months behind the bars. How did that change you as a person? Did that change your life?
Yes, that changed my life 360 degrees. There, you start having value for even smallest things, which outside we don't value. It must be as simple as having hot water for bathing, which here we don't give that much importance. But there I had to struggle for 15 days till court didn't give me order to get ordered jail to give hot water bucket, and that bucket too was 2 tumblers, and in that I had to take bath. Well, in jail, for bathing and toilet, it's a one place only. You have to bathe in a toilet only. So it was difficult. And every time, initially for few days, my bathing soap will drop inside the toilet. And then after 14 days, whenever I had a court visit, I used to ask my aunt, I want soap every time. And they used to bring 6. Beyond that, we are not allowed also. We have to take permission from court for that also.
Okay.
So one day, she asked me, what are you doing with so many soaps? Then I started crying, and I told, Aunt, this is what is happening. And she started crying. So this may sound very small things. And then you realize, and then I started using soap with so much of awareness that it should not drop now. And yes, when I came out of jail, I had 12 soaps with me.
The one thing that I have seen the change in you after, of course, that jail term is that you've turned very spiritual. I mean, so many beads on your hand. You tell me you meditate so much. What made you move towards spirituality after that?
I realized the facts of life, which is that we are all living in illusions. We need to understand certain things, the purpose of our life. And secondly, I understood if without doing anything, I'm suffering, I'm going through this humiliation, there has to be some reason. Maybe I was destined to go through all these things.
You've started believing in destiny.
Yes, a lot. Because without any reason, this should have never happened. Why me?
You say in the book, you refer to a gesture made by a certain officer who was holding the position of Joint CP, Crime Branch, back then, late Mr. Himanshu Roy. You refer to a gesture he made when you'd gone to meet him, and that you thought was inappropriate. You also mention that there were rumors circulating about some alleged link between him and a builder, which you even asked him about, something that you say in the book that you should not have done. Perhaps it didn't go down well with him. Are you trying to say in the book of yours that Mr. Himanshu Roy, in one way or the other, was behind this arrest of yours?
I think I've never written anything such sort of in my book. Secondly, before this question, I answered that very clearly. It was my destiny, and I strongly believe, and I mean it. Lastly, he is no more, so there is no point to talk about him, because he is no more to defend himself.
With this experience, Jigna, a lot of people have asked me, urged me to ask you, and this from our fraternity, to ask you this when I get a chance, that does Jigna think that Mumbai police is a vindictive lot?
And as far as Mumbai police is concerned, let me tell you very frankly, they have not manipulated anything. It was media who wrote everything on their own. That's it.
So Mumbai police did not fabricate, did not manipulate, did not do anything wrong in their investigation. It was the media who built up the narrative against you. Is that what you're saying?
Media took it all other way. Police was doing what they are best in doing, probably investigation. Why, what, who, I don't want to get into all that things.
But you believe the investigation done by Mumbai police?
No
That
comments on
investigation was
I
right?
think court has not believed it. How does it make a difference whether I believe or I don't believe?
No, you just said that they haven't manipulated, and that's why I'm asking.
But
this.
they have not done anything what media has written.
Okay. So, Jigna, you hold media more responsible than the Mumbai police for the agony you went through.
I hold only media responsible. Sorry, you are part of a media. I'm not telling you anything personally, but yes, I have understood media can break anyone and make anyone. That I really believe it.
And they broke you.
Yes, they did. That's fact. And everybody knows about that. The day when judgment was there, I think you were present that day. And everybody wanted to take my interview. Where were you guys when I wanted you the most? Nobody was there for this 8 years.
All right. So, finally, Jigna, what next for Jigna Voras? Are you now planning to come back to the media?
You should ask this to media, whether they would like me to be back.
Why are you saying that?
I think, there is no rehabilitation program.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants my interview, but nobody offers me a job. Not even my ex-employer. Forget about my job. My ex-employer has not even given me my PF.
So, you made attempts to get a job?
No, I have not made any attempt.
Okay.
I
Then
have
how
not
do you
made-
say that there is no rehabilitation program,
Because nobody has offered me, despite being acquitted.
but you haven't tried on your own either?
No, I have not tried.
But
Why
you,
should I lie?
so you fear that if you try, they will not be welcoming.
Yes. Because they had grudge against me. I never had any grudge against anyone.
Maybe you could give it a try and see how it goes, Jigna Voras. Thank
Let's
you
see.
so much
Thank you.
for your time.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.